I'm doing this again because the talking about the college loneliness kind of blew up in terms of what I'm normally used to. As of right now, it's over 400. In fact, when I'm editing, it's the side. Okay, I'll show something right here. I hope. So, today I would like to talk about kind of similar. It is motivation, losing it, and then refinding it. So if you actually look in, okay, so we'll just start here. I had a pretty amazing run my senior year with making videos. I had the last time I ever marched, all of the Disney World trips. That was really fun to make, really fun to go to. And then I think I did a thrifting video. But after that, it was kind of radio silence. Yeah, with the whole summer funk, I guess. I mean, for one, I couldn't really do videos because I didn't have Final Cut Pro. I refused to use anything else. Final Cut Pro is amazing. But with, I got Final Cut Pro like a month before leaving, so I definitely could have. I was already just in that I was already used to not putting in the creative work for like so long, so it was kind of easy for me to just not continue it. And it really sucks because I had so many good ideas. Like it's frustrating. Like for example, back at home, I recorded. If anybody knows anything about Minecraft, right? Minecraft Bedrock, my beloved. I can't play it here. Oh, but I actually had a whole like B-roll of like the Bedrock Hive minigames. Number one would have surprised you. I actually brought it along with me, but I couldn't access it for a while, so that's kind of it. But I did get something in the mail to extract that from my USBs, so hopefully, hopefully that can come out soon. And then I actually had a Five Nights at Freddy's one, but like I was trying to do that a week. Like I had just a random spark of I kind of want to do this, and I was going to bring it with me, but I couldn't. But that's okay because I'm going back home this weekend, so I can hopefully bring it with me. Yeah, I've never played the game before, but this is not about that. This is about motivation, so let's go. So I think for me, the motivation to do anything is just I want to. I don't need to. I just want to because, like, it's fun. Like, I like doing videos. They're fun. They're stupid. Or they can be serious, like dealing with college loneliness or resparking that motivation you lost. And I think, and stuff that I've heard is like motivation needs to be like trained. The creativity and motivation go kind of hand in hand, and you kind of gotta go like you have to like train it. And this summer really taught me that, like really drilled it in, because the moment you stop being creative, you start losing levels of creativity, and that's not good. I don't want that. And like, oh, it's super hard to like get out of the funk. I'll say that. And yeah, like I'm gonna probably like no script this time. Yay. But like back in my senior year, right? With the last time I ever marched, right? That was something like marching. I loved marching, and it was the last time I'd probably be going to Lucas Oil for a good while. So I thought, why not vlog it? My friends thought it was fun but stupid. I had a blast. I had a fun time editing, and it did decent. It was my most viewed on YouTube for a good while, for at least a year. Only it surpassed yesterday. And then I was really like stagnant in a way because I was actually prepping and getting ready for the Disney trip that was happening in like 2 months, which sounds like a lot of time, but like I had to make sure I had like equipment and a general idea of how I was gonna do things. Thumbnails, although I did that afterwards. But I had to like make sure I knew like how I was going to be able to record, how to like do all this stuff so I could have like a good quality. And then the month after, so like all throughout February, I just edited like crazy. And then I finally ended it with just like a 6 hour long, just these are all the episodes. Didn't expect it to do good. Had like 60 views, so that's 60 crazy people. But and then I think I was stagnant again until like late April, early May, when me and some of my close friends, love you guys, went over to like a nearby thrift store, and we kind of just like thrifted for each other. And that was actually like a really like different pacing because it was just pure fun. It was just 4 people, and we had 3 perspectives. That's something I've never done before, except if you count like those little snippets. Like, I don't know if I can. I'm probably waving my hand here, and it's stupid, but like I had like different perspectives because like, oh, my friend George recorded this while on the ride, or my friend Hunter was recording us on the roller coaster because he didn't want to be on it. But this time it was really just like 3 of us was recording. George wasn't. He was lame. Calling you out, George. But yeah, uh, it was kind of like really interesting because like I had to piece together like when we would like line up in our recordings and then piece a story together. And I thought it was really interesting. A little upset that it didn't do as good as I thought it would be, but it was still really fun to make. And then that was kind of it for like a few months, and it breaks my heart. And every day, because like I would be like laying in bed and I'd be like, oh, I just want to do something, but I just don't know what. Like that creative itch was there, kind of, but like I just had no motivation, right? What could I do? Like, yeah, I'm in my hometown, which, not thinking about it, had a lot to do, so I'm insane. But, I mean, thinking about it, I've lived there for so long, so it didn't even, like, cross my mind. But, yeah. I think what really helped would... no, We'll get to the help in a minute. I got people, like, looking at me when they're leaving. Hi. There was nobody there. But. I think just the whole, like... Because, like, with school, I was in a setting where I could edit for, like, 2 hours, 5 days a week. Or do nothing at all because, like, I had no homework or, like, barely any homework, and that's kind of how it is now. However, now I'm in a setting where I practically carry my editing software all day, every day, because I'm still paying this thing off. It's expensive. So it was kind of like I'm allowed to, like, have it. So, like, there wasn't kind of... It's weird because, like, when you go from having it for, like, most of a week and then you go to summer, like, since I was a senior, I graduated early, so it was, like, 1, 2, maybe even 3 weeks extra I could have had, but I just didn't. But, yeah, having access to that and then no longer having access to that for, like, months really kills the motivation to make videos, despite having creativity. And that leads me to, like, the summer, right? I wanted to do something. I just didn't have any motivation. Like, you don't know how badly I wanted to make a video, but it was like, but like, what? And like, how am I gonna do it? I'll be honest, it was super frustrating to try to figure that out. At least for me, anyways, but like, it was just so annoying. But yeah. Some ways like I couldn't really cope with it much while I didn't have it, because if I don't have the necessary like sources, then even having motivation or even finding it isn't really good, because I have this motivation and creative itch and can't do anything because I swear to everything I tried using DaVinci. I don't like it. People have preferences. I don't like it, and I had to suffer creatively from that. However, I think when I realized going to college, like, ooh, I should probably like utilize the last of my like what I have now. So like for example, when I talked about like the Minecraft ranking video and the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, right? That was like I had a real creative, or I had like a creativity and a little bit of like, what do you call it? Motivation, right? But I think all in all, I think I just didn't have enough time. I think I took too long with procrastination. Procrastination, next video, next little TED Talk. It is. But yeah. I think for me, hearing, like, it wasn't, I'm trying to think. It was like before classes, I had to go to this, like, meeting almost with people in or like related to my major, and something one of the guys who were talked about was motivation and creativity, and that you kind of have to like train that, because if you just let it go for like even like a little bit, like obviously if you let it go for a day, like that's not going to do anything. But if you like purposefully like don't do anything for like a month, week maybe, like you're gonna see results and differences in how you perform in a creative and motivational way. And while my creativity is far from dying, I'll be completely honest, it's just motivation. Like, and that doesn't even like extend to like my work. It's just, like the motivation to wake up, the motivation to eat, the motivation to just be happy, live my life. Oh my gosh, that voice crack. Live my life. And it's sometimes really hard. Like I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, just get up, just do something about it. I mean, this is not an easy problem to just snap your fingers and it's magically done. So how did I get through it? Well, like I said, I had like a lot of creativity. Still do. Will forever have creativity. It's literally something I need for my major, so. But like for me, it was kind of like that talk, that wake up call, like, hey, we're kind of providing these resources, like the pod that I'm in, like this room, it's soundproof, good, like mics, like the only thing that mine is the camera. It's on my editing software. Yay. But like, yeah, they're pretty much providing everything I need. And I think that's the like motivational spark. Like having access to things where I can express. Whoops. Having access to like resources that allow my creativity to flourish really like push out the motivation, because like I don't think in a million years I would have done like these little talks like with the loneliness in school or like finding your motivation without having resources. And maybe you're not as lucky as me, where like you're in a situation where you don't have an entire building dedicated to like your creativity, your motivation. So how on like a personal level do you deal with that? And honestly, I don't think I could answer that in like a professional way. Like I can't say like, oh, do this, because I failed to do that. I was in a unmotivated slump. But now that I'm out of it, like, here's what I think could help. Like, for one, don't do anything too grand. You have to build up to it, right? I think most idea killers are so grand. Like, I'll talk about this now. I think last time I talked, like, in here, I talked about, like, a game show that I pitched. Updated news, that's actually, like, greenlit, so look out for a video of behind the scenes. Yay. But, yeah, that game show I had, like, stuck in my mind for, like, years. Like, I'm not even kidding. I wanted to do something like this for, like, the longest time possible. But it was just so grand and so ambitious for just me. Like, could I have done it? Yeah, would it have been very good? Not really. It's kind of hard to, like, manage all the production, hosting, and all that with one person while also trying to, like, get people together to do this. But now that I have, like, so, like, I always, like, said I would do it. Like, one summer I was, like, looking at stuff on Amazon to, like, get it going. Never ended up doing it because it was too ambitious. However, now that I'm in, like, a place where, like, ambition can be stepped up, I went back to that idea, pitched it, and it's going to be a thing, and I couldn't be happier. So, like, I don't think motivation disappears. Like, once you had, like, the motivation to do something, I think you hold on to that, but you don't really feel that motivation unless if, like, you feel as if you can do it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, I have the motivation to become a millionaire. I could, but, like, I'm already in debt. I'm first year in college, so, like, right now, in my eyes, that's not really realistic. But after I graduate, maybe I could find, like, a really good job, like, good opportunities. So it's all independent to the situation. Now, if it's, like, super, like, unrealistic, like, let's be real here, like, it's not happening anyway, then whatever floats your boat, I guess. I mean, whatever helps you sleep at night. But I guess in my eyes, like, motivation is, like, a push, a drive to a goal. Like, if I wanted to run a mile in, like, under 5 minutes, you know? Yeah, I could do that. I mean, I could, but, like, what's causing me to? What's making me? I think I know what that is. I think it starts with an M? An M? It could be motivation. I'm just trying to keep this, like, long-ish because, like, I don't have a script, and usually this is the part when I read off the script. But, like, I don't think, call me crazy, I don't think motivation can be scripted. Creativity definitely could because you have to, like, plan it out, but, like, that, like, spark of, I want to do this. How am I, like, motivation's the how, creativity is the how am I? Or I guess motivation's the what, I guess. So, like, I want to do this. What is this? Right? Like, you can't really script that. It's an idea. Like, I saw the plot and was like, if I don't think of anything soon, I'll just have to do a TED Talk. That's what I'm calling these. Not associated at all. But yeah, I'm going to have to do a TED Talk. And I couldn't think of anything in time, or I couldn't get anything released, so I did the TED Talk. Speaking of, like, the TED Talk stuff, I think another great thing for motivation is seeing good results. Like, I initially had planned for another, what the heck? My computer turned off. It was weird. It went woo. But yeah, seeing like positive results towards your work, oh, like you want to do more. Like as of right now, like actually, you know what? I got my phone. We are going to see what that video is at. It's at 420. 420 and under 3 days. Like, I would be stupid not to do this. Like, it builds confidence. Like, I've had so many people comment, like, hey, I relate to this, and share their stories. And I think that's amazing. Like, do that. Like, I'd love to hear what you guys think and how you guys felt. And of course, since this is a battle that I kind of lost, that I only recently recovered, and with motivation, I don't even know how it happened. It kind of just shot back up. I think that's what motivation is. It kind of just, it's like a wave, you know, like no motivation. And oh, you have motivation. And when it's up here, it's kind of up to you and your creativity to like keep it up here as long as you can. And in college, I think my we'll call it the peak of the mountain, the hill, it's going to be here because I have the resources. While during the summer, whenever I had an idea, couldn't really be executed, so the motivation died down fast. So I think a good way to go about, like, what do you call it? I always forget the word. Motivation. For, like, anybody, motivation is just, to really train that motivation, start with baby steps. You want to lose weight? Do a little bit of exercise. Like, maybe for 10 minutes. And then you build that up. And then, okay, maybe now do 15. And then 20. And then 30. And you build up from that. Because if you start too big, you're going to be like, wow, this is not easy. And then you're going to quit. So, I guess motivation, in a way, is like appropriate steps to your end goal, right? Like, I want to do this. And then, how am I going to do it realistically? And then creativity kind of like fills the gaps, right? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, just saw something happen. So, yeah, if you've made it this far, thank you so much. I tried to make it a little shorter than last time because I think 30 minutes is insane for just a whole lot of yap. But it's okay. If you feel comfortable sharing your stories with motivation, like your struggles, your triumphs and all that, please just comment. Like, I'll like it. Unless if you're like, I got a comment that was like, if you're lonely, just go up and talk to people. It's same thing if you're homeless, just go buy a home. And it's like, that's not how that works. That's not how that works. I'm going to say it's satire. Not meant to be taken seriously. I think, it was a joke. But, like, these are real world problems, so. Yeah, thank you. I have already decided what I'm going to be talking about next. But you're going to have to wait for that because I have to try every coffee shop in the area. I'm going to go crazy with caffeine. Yay! So, yeah, that's going to take some time. So, I mean, if anything, my next video about the dangers of procrastination and how to deal with them might be out next. Because I already have stories about that. You say you're going to do good, and then you just let your guard down for a little bit, and uh-oh. But that's for another time. Thank you all for watching, listening, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. and I'll see you next time. Bye.